Hi everyone, welcome to the Simi Sarah channel. Today I have a Botanist Wonderland that is kind of special because this is the first build I've done with the new kit pack for the plants. I did release a video before this one that technically was released first, but this was the first build. So my voiceover is just like right after that one. So I end up picking a section in Strangerville to build this because I really love the vibe of the desert in the background with the like very green, luscious lots. And so I actually end up finding a bigger lot though because I do run out of room for what I had envisioned with this space. But basically what we get to do or what I created was a greenhouse in the back there, and then I kind of create this like globe space like greenhouse for just like different plants and trees, and just like in a globe though, or in a dome. And the way you actually enter the dome is through this basement portal that I create here, and I tweak a little bit as we go. So you can actually enter the dome through the greenhouse itself into that greenhouse. And so in there I kind of sped it up to skip all of my plants things, but we got a cool little pond in there with a whole bunch of like hot beehives, so that if your sim wants to work on beehives, and as well as the like mites or the little insect houses as well in there. So there is actual skill building or useful items in that greenhouse. And then this building that I'm working on now is actually going to be the house for our botanists. Initially I started with kind of an industrial feeling here, but I really didn't want to go that route for the botanists, especially because sometimes I get stuck on I just love the industrial look, but I actually turn it to be more like an earthy color, like this just like earthy dirt or like clay version with like white windows, and just a little bit more lively for the house perspective. The house, I did also want to include like a special room at the very top of the house where the roof was a see-through roof, since I thought, oh my goodness, a botanist would love to have like a bedroom filled with plants, and the best way to have all those plants is to have just like a gorgeous view from the ceiling. So that's kind of the thing that I was going with upstairs. This house ends up being 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. Initially I kind of didn't put a bathroom in the house, or like a full bathroom in the house, like a shower and things. And I was going to kind of create like this outhouse, like almost like farm style, but I didn't end up going with that. And instead I made it work so that we could get a full bathroom on the inside as well. I kind of just thought that would be an important feature to have for this house. So the upstairs ends up being like a loft bedroom that you have to access through with a ladder. So not kid friendly or toddler friendly for sure. And then the second story, or that second level, I create a bedroom in there as well. And you'll see when I get to decorating it that I wanted to make it for a kid, but I actually didn't. I kind of thought maybe teenager or possibly even an adult, but it is a single bed. And I wanted to keep it kind of like mature looking, so there's not a whole bunch of kid knickknacks in it, simply because I wasn't sure if teenager vibe or adult possibly. Maybe it's like, I don't know, like a couple and a friend living in the house together that they all just love the land and something like that. But right when you enter, I create this little sitting space, or like entrance way with that little mirror to look at. Once I do move this lot to a bigger lot, since there is just not enough space for my liking, I will actually come back to the house and renovate it some. So here in the kitchen, it will end up looking very similar to what it is already right now, but I kind of went with this like bluish minty vibe, like sky blue, and I get a whole bunch of plants because this is like a botanist wonderland. I don't know why I was trying to think of a title that worked well with this, I don't know, this build. with so many greenhouses and just different things like that. And Wonderland just kind of spoke to me, just like fun, playful word usage. So in this kitchen, I use these shelves from the Jungle Adventure Pack. So they're considered like a Salvadorian items. And basically, I create multiple shelves. I use the one that's already pre-cluttered, and I use an empty one to clutter up myself and create just like a really beautiful space in there. Here in the living room, I actually end up using these books and this little table, but I also find this really cute Zen sand little item that I had never seen before. That's one thing that I love about building and recording this. I have learned so many new items that I never had seen before in building. So what I end up doing is adding this cute little Zen like relaxation thing, and I will, like, when it gets, I thought I put it there already, but I guess I didn't, so I will come back to that. But I use the new kit pack with this beautiful blue minty shelf that matches really well with the fridge and the stove, and then I clutter up with a whole bunch of plants, and I use like that one on the bottom is from like the bowling pack, I believe, and then lots of ones from the new kit. Anyways, I am hosting a giveaway this week. The giveaway ends on November 16th, so that is 2 days from now, or 1 day by the time I release this actually, where I am giving away a free kit of your choice. You only need to do 3 things, and those 3 things take less than, I would say, less than a minute for sure. So basically, you need to like a video, subscribe, and then answer the question that is found in the video called Grandma's Fall Farm. So go take a look at that. I really encourage you to participate and enter. And yeah, so anyways, back to my kitchen. I end up moving the sink away from the stove. I felt like that was kind of like a hazard when I had initially put it there. Very practical thinking, I know. I'm well aware. So I did move that away from that space and put it in front of the other window, because I do love sinks going like right, having a window right above it. Here, I really wanted to get a table runner for our table, but of course there's not table runners. And when you raise rugs, they actually like float and they look weird. So I end up using this thing from Get Together. I think it's like, I don't even know what it technically is, but so it's a little pink thing and it looks like a little table runner. So that I liked how that turned out. And I did place that Zen item like I was talking about with the little rake and sand in there, so super adorable. Here is our first bedroom. I do go with a more light pink vibe for one sim, but it is more like, I would say, mature looking. So definitely doesn't have to be a kid's just because it's a single bed. I feel like a single adult or maybe a teenager would work really well in here. I end up getting rid of that shelf just because I didn't want it to be too cutesy kidsy vibe. Yeah. And I use this beehive, I call it the beehive wall piece, and I shrink it down and just kind of add some really cute like clutter items on it to fill it out a little bit better. One thing I wanted to talk about was I happened to be on the Sims community page, and I was looking around and I saw this thing where they are having people vote on the best game pack and best expansion pack for The Sims. I think it's all being we have so far. So all of the game packs. So I'm just going to kind of tell you what about them. So you get to vote 2 times. So you get to pick 2 game picks that are your favorites, and then they kind of show the results right away after you click them. So here's some, so there's Jungle Adventure, Strangerville, we've got Vampires, Dream Home Decorator, that's that new one, Realm of Magic, Parenthood, Dine Out, Outdoor Retreat, and then the Star Wars Journey to Batuu. I think I said that right. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, so please don't roast me for that pronunciation. But So I went ahead and voted, and the results I think were pretty close to what I thought they would be for the game packs. So I'll just tell you the results. So far, Parenthood is the number one game pack so far. I don't think that was surprising, at least not for me. But number two was the Dream Home Decorator, which is brand new this year. And I 100% agree on this. I love the Dream Home Decorator one. That is such a good addition, especially with all the clutter items. One thing that did surprise me was that Dine Out was not the very end. For some reason, I thought that would be the very last pack or second to last pack because so many people roast it. I say roast it like, I don't know. People slander that one so hard. And I actually love Dine Out. Yes, there's so many bad glitches that drive me absolutely insane in that pack, but I love that pack. So that Dine Out actually was number 5 out of the 10 that there was. So right in the middle. Guess what last place was? I don't think it's surprising, but maybe. The last place was the Star Wars one, which makes me think that maybe they'll never do a themed Sims one again, but I could be wrong. And yeah, so if you want to see where all of the packs kind of lie, go ahead and look at the community sim page. The other thing I wanted to share with you that they put out there was voting for the best expansion pack so far. And they even said that this was the last expansion pack for The Sims 4 for this year. And so they made that pretty clear there. So you got to pick 2 just like before. And so some of the options that there was like get to work, cats and dogs, city living, cottage living, seasons, island living, eco lifestyle. Those are just a few of them. I didn't name them all, but there are, let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 packs to choose from, and you can pick 2. And this one shocked me. Okay, so I'll tell you what I voted for, and then I'll tell you the actual winners. So number 1 that I voted for was cottage living. I know like it's the most recent, so it's probably the most fresh in my mind, but it was for sure my favorite one. So my number 2 was Eco Lifestyle. I love the items that came in Eco Lifestyle. There were just a lot of great building items in there. I also love the apartment buildings that are included in there. And I think it was a really unique idea to have multiple ways to make the earth like the residents, so you could do like neutral, green, or industrial, and I thought that was pretty neat. It did come with a lot of bugs, such as like the voting thing and just like a lot of that. So especially with Dine Out, combined with Dine Out, it created a lot of problems. Like in Dine Out, my customers were always fighting due to the NAP that was voted upon. So that was frustrating. But this greenhouse, by the way, is my absolute favorite thing, that part of like what I created. I love all the plants I got in here, the tables, all of it. I even put in a floral decorating thing because I wanted some sort of skill building item inside of there, so you can rearrange flowers in there in that specific greenhouse. Anyways, back to the results. So those were my top 2, cottage living and eco lifestyle. The results showed that number 1 was seasons. I don't think that was I think it was a little surprising, but I'm guessing, this is just my thought, my guess is that most people voted for that because they love the calendar that came with it. Of course, if you do know, the calendar now comes with base game after the update that they did. So, kind of makes seasons not as fun, but there's so much gameplay in seasons, and I think that's why people love it so much. I mean, you've got things from building snowmen to having seasons and things on the calendar and events with that. So that was, I do love that about seasons. So seasons was number 1, and number 2 was cottage living. So, and that's my number 1. So not a surprise to me. Let's see, what was a surprise? Oh, what was a surprise? The very last expansion pack, number 11 out of 11. The worst one that people said, or at least the least amount of voted on, was Get to Work. Get to Work was the last one. That was kind of interesting because I really love careers that are playable. But yeah, it wasn't as great as some of the other ones. Although I really did expect island living to be at the very end, just because of how many things they missed out in using in island living. The one that was just barely beat Get to Work, I mean, within 2 votes away from each other, was Get Famous. Get Famous was the next to last expansion pack for the voting. So that was just a little Sims community news for you. I wanted to let you know about it. I was pretty, like, I don't know, it was kind of cool to see this little thing going on in The Sims and kind of bring that to your attention about the community polls for The Sims 4. But there was one other thing that we do know is that a new Sims 4 expansion pack is in development, so we are not completely done. They are discussing the elements of just like different parts of it when somebody introduced themselves as Sim Guru Jessica and said that she is the senior game designer and lead designer on the upcoming Sims 4 expansion pack. So that is pretty exciting as well to know that another expansion pack is coming out. I'm hoping it comes out in January since they did already confirm that there would be no more for this year, meaning none in December or November, which is right now. So I'm really hoping it comes out January or at the very least February at the latest. Like, I would hate to wait any longer for another new thing. I just have this bad feeling in my gut that this Create a Sim that hasn't been like we know it's coming, that last kit might be the last item for the year. Maybe a base game update or a pack update, which I would be very happy about, but it doesn't sound like there's anything more than that. And that's pretty, I don't know, I'm sad because I just have loved the new content that has come out. And I don't know if you agree with me, but like the newest packs, and like I love Cottage Living, I love Dream Home Decorator, and I love this plant kit. So I'm really just wanting to see more of what the Sims team is really getting behind recently. So anyways, this part of the build is my little outdoor movie theater, which comes underneath this cute little lantern tree. And I use a lot of items from the movie kit, or movie expansion pack, I should say. No, game pack? Yes, game pack. And I create this like comfortable outdoor space. I thought, botanists just would enjoy the outdoors, so the more things outside, the better. And I just put like little cute cushions from different packs, as well as the pillows, and different plants around the space to just make it a little cuter. So I do try it out in the dark because I love seeing how lights do in terms of lighting up the space, and I create a little pathway to the back there. So here I am actually expanding the house because I just was not honestly proud of the house. I loved all of the landscaping, but I was not proud of the house. So I decided the way to get the bathroom inside like I wanted was to basically just make every level 1 tile wider, and that would solve a number of problems. So I got that whole bathroom that was supposed to be outside, or was outside, now indoors. So this bathroom is on the 3rd story. So it solved my bathroom problem. But not only that, but it gave me a little bit more space to be a little creative on the 2nd floor and the 1st floor. So the 3rd floor, just like all the same items, cute little clock from the bowling pack. We have the also bowling pack is that hanging plant on the wall. Then we've got that plant kit, room dividers right there. So all of those are the same, eco lifestyle planks on the wall. And then the 2nd floor, I actually end up getting rid of the hamster I just didn't think there was enough space for it. So, oh no, I don't get rid of it. I put it on the first floor. That's right. So I get it out of the bedroom, put it on the first floor, and instead upstairs, what I end up doing is getting like a cute little sitting space. So I use like the Island Living, I call it like the boho themed chair, because like that's technically what it is, but it is from Island Living, and I make it like a light pink and a cute little sitting space for that sim. Down here in the kitchen, I get a cute espresso machine, and since I did an outdoor movie space, I had to add the popcorn machine. If you're having movies, you don't have to have popcorn, but popcorn's pretty good. You'll notice here I have a glitch on the ground. When I moved the lot, it glitched and made water, and I tried to fix it and it didn't work. Sims, so full of glitches, so frustrating, but that's okay. We hopefully will see more updates to fix some of those things. But here I create like a micro bathroom. It is only 3 tiles. I use the shower head. That is not the university one. I don't remember which one that one is. But then I put little plants on top of the toilet on this little shelf. I get the sink and mirror. So it's just 3 tiles, nice and small. Get towels. Try to use the space as smartly as I could, as wisely as I could. That star mirror is from the bowling pack as well. I have never used it, and honestly, I think there are better ones that I could have used, but since I had never used it, I just said, okay, I need to leave it there. Over to the side, you'll see I kind of created like a cleaning space. I put actually, technically that's a witch broom and a witch mop. Basically, they can ride them and things, but I thought, okay, the idea is that they were supposed to be used for cleaning, so I did include them on the wall, and I guess they serve a multi-purpose. But I also create a second little sitting space upstairs as well, with a little TV and just like a little spot right next to the office. Yeah, and there's that Island Living table that I talked about. I put a little stool in there, and I believe that's from Cats and Dogs. And I think that's like basically it. I just moved the little piggy over in that corner. Yeah. So that is it for, actually the mirror. Yeah. That is it for the indoors. I come back outdoors and I create 2 more spaces outdoors. So I've actually 3. I've got the patio that is right outside of the door with a couple couches. I end up getting a grill right here and some speakers up along the wall. And the grill and counters and tongs and things are all from Perfect Patio, and I use like the toddler lights, and then I decide, okay, this place needs to have a hot tub, so I also use the hot tub from Perfect Patio and create another like outdoor sanctuary space right next to the greenhouse. So I give it a little bit of privacy. I end up actually going back and on the fence putting some vines creeping up the top of it, and then I just get like hostas and plants all around it to make it like a little cutesy corner for relaxation and hot tubbing. The last space that I end up like creating, actually, one other thing, I do end up putting an entrance to the greenhouse dome right there as well. So not only can you enter from the regular greenhouse, but you can enter through outdoors right here. I thought maybe that would be a good idea, since I don't always want them to be forced to go into the greenhouse. But anyways, the last place that I end up creating a really like cute space as well for the Botanists is a pool yard. So I do that to the left of the house, and I think this is when I realized that I really wanted to get a couple more like useful items in the greenhouse actually. So little side piece there. I wanted to get some planters that so that there's more items that could be used in there. But here's the pool yard. I use the same fence from over there, and I get some privacy vines climbing up the top of them. And I created a nice pool space for entertainment. And I made this cute little family of turtles in the pool. So there's like 3 baby turtles and 2 mom and dad turtles. I don't know. I just thought it was so cute. But I love that pizza, the pizza floaty. That makes me laugh every time I see it. So that is the last outdoor space for recreational use. I do use the front of the yard and kind of add in some plants that fit the theme of this, like paranormal, or no, Strangerville world. So basically all of those items that you see me adding in the front are items that I just like looked around the build and noticed that those were the items that you would see. So I did want to make it blend in a little bit better with the rest of the world. But I want to thank you so much for watching this video and sticking around for this long. If you haven't, please go ahead and enter to win a free kit of your choice. Do it quickly, do it soon. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. I try to upload like twice a week or so. So subscribe to see more, and we hope to see you soon. Enjoy the screenshots.